again, ladies and gentlemen, for the Connie Reeves Show. And I am Connie Reeves here at WNRR Gospel 1380, the original one of a kind. I am so glad that you decided to tune in again to listen to myself and my co-host tonight, Omara Bird, have a lively conversation about a very important topic. I'm honored to have him join me. And not only is he my co-host, but he is also my coach. Omara, what exactly is your title when you're doing your coaching? What is it? Interactive or inner marketing or inner network? What's your title?
Inter-network marketing is what I call it. It is basically a cross between internet marketing and network marketing.
Uh-huh. And so now what is the difference?
Well, the difference is network marketing is generally, it has a lot of different names, direct selling, multi-level marketing, and all of those names are different because they're specific to each one of those, but it's very similar in the sense that you're basically taking the product from the warehouse to the consumer at their house. So you basically cut out the middleman in network marketing and you bring the product to the consumer at a deeply discounted rate. And in the course of bringing that product to the consumer, the person that produces that product turns around and pays you pretty handsomely because they've been able to save in their marketing and advertising with, if they put a commercial on a Super Bowl, they're spending millions of dollars. In terms of a network marketer, direct marketer, multi-level marketer, now what happens is they can pay you a lot more money to get them the customer because now they're able as a business to track specifically your work. So with a commercial they put on television, that commercial, they don't know where customers come from that. All they know is that it gets their brand out there in front of people and it may get them some sales, whereas with us in the direct selling network marketing arena, I don't get paid from those companies until I bring them a customer. So they can track exactly what work you've done, and now they're getting more value for their dollar.
Oh, wow, that's really interesting.
But when you're talking about internet marketing is just being able to be a marketer still, whatever form of marketing you're doing, and place it online, where you can now expose it to the masses. Because with the internet, now you have the ability to expose a tremendous amount of people, a lot more than you could with old methods of marketing like billboards and newspaper ads and magazine ads.
I see. So what you're saying is companies and businesses are getting more into social media, internet marketing. Yeah, because I notice now that everybody, every company, every product now has a social media site, and they hire, a lot of people who are familiar with that media tool to work in their offices.
They actually have a name for it now. It's called a social media manager. So it's actually created another job for an individual.
Wow, that's really something. Well, tonight we are going to talk about something about social media, specifically about how to launch social media internationally and building your business without borders. This article I was reading called rocketpost.com is subject talking about going global. It says that the emergence of social media has opened the international floodgates. Companies can now target a global market in order to achieve success. So that's where things are going. They're saying that an audience that was out of reach a mere decade ago is more so in reach. Whether your business already attracts a multinational audience or you are preparing to launch worldwide directives for lead generation and or brand awareness, developing a powerful social media plan can be challenging, elusive, and costly. Posts that are engaging domestically can translate poorly overseas, and social platforms can vary widely in their reach. But when a thorough understanding of your market and careful attention to cultural norms, your company can establish a thriving global presence. And that's a really important point, because as essential products and service managers, we in our primary business now have an opportunity to take our business global. We are now in the Philippines, Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and I've heard, and I'm not sure if it's taken place yet, but Singapore and Indonesia. The difference is, like this article is saying, Omara, we may know how to do our social media here and attract Americans and the good old USA boys and girls, divas and gents, but when we're talking about going internationally, how different is that?
Well, it's a lot of different things that happen culturally. For instance, in our business, we usually follow a format of doing a marketing tool that we use where we actually do a home meeting and focusing on the presentation. And then when you have folks that have come from this country, from another country, one in particular is Ghana. You know, Ghanaians, they believe in feeding a whole bunch of food and having a whole bunch of food there, making sure that they are the host that they need to be for their guests. And, you know, you just have to stay within the realm of that person's culture and their cultural differences. And it takes some research on our part. So, and if you were a person who was going to build that essential service broker business in Ghana, you would know, okay, now that I'm over here, I got to change and I got to make a little bit of a shift with how I train them on how to do these meetings in order to market their products and services. And that is really your research as a person trying to go into whatever marketplace you're trying to enter into.
Yes, because you don't want to insult people of another culture. You know, in our primary business as essential service and products brokers, we have a number of different nationalities. And I have connected with the Filipinos. And a lot of other people in our business just have not made that connection with them. And I did not know why. My daughter asked me, she said, well, what makes you so different, Mom? Why do they like you so much? And so I remember that one girl told me a while back, she said, Connie, you help us. You don't laugh at us when we make mistakes. You try to help us. And I was in Jersey, and my Filipino friend, I was telling her about a business that my family is in, the beverage business. So when I explained it to her, she was like, oh, no, we can't do that. Is it part of our business that we're in now as essential brokers? I'm like, no, this is my family business. And I was sitting there trying to explain, and my daughters asked me, why did you take up so much time with her? I said, because I don't want her to be ignorant. I don't want her to sound stupid because we have people in our essential service and products business that get their own companies, and we need to realize that, everything is not based around one company.
That's just, people's natural tendencies is to be attracted to what they currently know. So that's just the way it is. But for us, and I'm talking about international expansion. So if you're a person who is trying to build your business online, but you're not equipped for international expansion, so say you have a hair store, you can definitely market that business online locally, but obviously you're not going to be trying to step out and become an international company. If you did have some type of goals and aspirations for that, it would be years down the road. First, you would want to franchise here in the States and build your book of business here in the States. So for a lot of people that are essential product and service brokers here in the U.S., currently our primary company is branching out into various different marketplaces. And so learning how to build your business online and being able to build it online internationally is, I believe personally, is just a better way to do it. A lot less expense, a lot less overhead, and a potential to make a lot more profit and actually reach a lot more people.
Exactly. And, big business is really into social media and doing a lot of things with the internet. This article is saying that one of the best examples of a company that successfully utilizes social media to effectively target an international audience is Coca-Cola. It has numerous country-specific Twitter accounts, including Coca-Cola Mexico and Coca-Cola France, that communicate with customers on a local level. Each account features completely different conversations and discussion topics based on customers' respective interests and preferences. Coca-Cola's attention to detail and clear understanding of its target audience allows for improved consumer engagement and ultimately a strong international presence. And that's a word that I know as a coach, because you coach me in social media, is the engagement with the people. Tell us, talk about that, this engagement thing.
Well, a lot of people are online marketing products and services, and a lot of times those products and services could be very similar to the ones that you're marketing personally. So what happens is you get a lot of white noise. So there is a lot of different people marketing different things, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the same product and service that you have, but they are definitely marketing something, and everybody's trying to catch the wave of the social media, mania that's going on right now. But what happens is, what makes you stand out is people like to do business with people they know, like, and trust. So the more that you can engage with your marketplace, even if it's just consumers and it doesn't get into a personal relationship, but the more you can engage with your marketplace, the more they can be comfortable with knowing you, eventually liking you, and if those two factors come into play, there is a certain amount of trust that comes into play. Through social media, it actually positions businesses to create relationships, and relationships is what's going to get people to be able to make a lot of sales, a lot of sales of their products, of their services, as well as get a lot of business partners in their business and be able to increase the expansion of their business on a much wider scale.
Exactly. And let's go back a bit, because you did mention something else about people being able to interact, build relationships. So do you think, like a company like Coca-Cola, that they're having their people do this? I know you told me earlier that there's a position now called social media management.
Yes. These larger companies who have already established a brand, these social media managers are really more about protecting that brand. Mm-hmm. So they're not building relationships with customers, but they are out there specifically making sure that they protect the brand. So this is why Coca-Cola has more than one social media account, because if they put a social media account up for every country, they're going to offend somebody on some level. So you get a social media manager specific to Mexico, those ads or whatever Coca-Cola is running is going to be geared towards that country, and that social media manager better know what not to do in those advertisements that's going to offend someone in that country. So with those bigger companies that have been around for years, they're not really looking at building relationships. Their focus more is on protection of their brand and not being seen by the public as being a company that people don't like. So it's more about them focusing on protecting the brand and also trying to get people all warm and fuzzy about the company, because people are going to buy their product a lot more if sales are going to be made if people feel like this is a good company.
I see. So how, with your program that you coach people on, let's talk about how and working it virtually as a network marketer.
Well, and in the terms of us as a network marketer or internet marketer, someone who is the small guy, for us, we're not out there trying to be warm and fuzzy and create that warm and fuzzy feeling with folks, because people don't know our brand. So we're more focused on building our brand. Okay. And you can build a brand similar to a Coca-Cola, not saying that you're going to have as far a reach as a company as Coca-Cola, but you need to build a brand. And one of the things with internet marketing that I learned over the decade of doing this is that people get followers, and you're going to get people who are going to opt into your email list. You're going to get people that are now following you on Facebook, and people who are following you on Twitter or looking at your Instagram. And it's more about trying to create a relationship with those individuals, showing those individuals that you are a legitimate business person, and beyond being a legitimate person, you are beyond being a legitimate business person, you're a legitimate person. So every once in a while, you're going to put your faults out there, and putting your faults out there, it gets people to genuinely trust you more, because a person who's willing to say, I did this wrong, and apologize for it to the masses of individuals that may be following them, that creates trust immediately, because no one wants to do that. Everyone wants to always be seen in a favorable light. I think about the incident in the elevator with Jay-Z, Solange, and Beyonce. No one knows what happens in the elevator, but everybody at the end of the day wanted to put themselves in a favorable light. They didn't want to be the bad guy, so to speak. So for us that are marketing our businesses online, and we're looking to create that brand of people genuinely liking us and getting to know us, and part of that is putting ourselves out there to be known. And you have to do that, and a lot of people don't like to do that. A lot of people don't want people all up in their business. But quite honestly, the more you expose of yourself online, the more people know you, the more people are going to like you. And quite honestly, there's going to be the more people that are going to hate you. And that's just the way it goes. We as humans tend to like something or not like it. So what happens is you don't worry about the people that don't like you, because if 85% of the people don't like you and only 15% of the people like you, you can become wealthy off of that 15%. And you can see it with individuals that are celebrities. I mean, I look at Kim Kardashian. I think there are more people that don't like her that like her, but she's made millions off of the few that do like her. And that is the same thing you want to do with your brand when you're building it on any scale, but especially going international.
As a young person, I was fortunate to work with one of our active civil rights leaders, and he taught me that all media is good media. Any kind of press it's good press. Whether it's negative or positive, it will brand me and make my name, and that's what it has done. And there's a lot of people that do not like him, and then there's people that do like him. So we are essential service and products brokers. And a lot of us are still doing our business the old school way with what you sometimes call belly to belly. And what I'm noticing, it's better, just like Coca-Cola, to go virtual, because in our business, we cannot jump on a plane to go here, there, and everywhere all across the seas to have a business meeting. So how does one get started to work their business virtually and take it internationally?
Well, the way you get started is, first of all, you have to have an online presence. So, I have a training showing people how to create an online presence, because it's not just having a web page. Some people think, well, I got a Facebook page, I have an online presence now. And you do have some real estate online, but in terms of generating sales, getting customers, if you're in an opportunity like network marketing, getting business partners, the focus is completely different. So you have to have what I call a funnel. You have to have an online funnel, first and foremost. And the funnel just helps you to guide an individual through your information. So I have a course called Leveraging Leads Domination that actually walks a person through creating their online funnel. So now when you have your online funnel up, you can now drive traffic from all over the world to this funnel. Now, again, just like Coca-Cola, you may want to segment your funnel. So you may have a funnel for folks in the United States. You may create a funnel specific to those who are in Mexico or the Philippines or any country that you're targeting. You may, create that funnel to be more specific, because, again, if you're doing it in generalities, you may offend somebody with what you're saying that is in general for everybody versus, being a little bit more specific with it. But the possibilities and actually the benefits of building online is that you're not buying a plane ticket. For us to fly from the States to the Philippines, almost anywhere you fly from the States to the Philippines, you're paying over about $2,000 for your flight. I have no idea what hotels cost in the Philippines, but of course that's another cost you incur. Travel, when you get over there, you incur. And basically you're going over there blindly a lot of times to try to build your business. Whereas, you could get on your computer and through some of these social media opportunities that we have through Facebook, you can create an ad that is specifically being targeted towards people who live in the Philippines. And you can say to Facebook, I want to target people who live in the Philippines that speak English, because I may not have an advertisement that is strictly in the Philippine language for Filipinos. So I'm going to target specifically those individuals in the Philippines that speak English, so I know that they can read my ad. And I can go through a list of different bullet points that I want to specifically target through Facebook, and Facebook will generate that list, and you can create your ad and run your ad, and Facebook will get your ad in front of only that group. And what I know with advertising that a lot of people miss the mark is they're looking to say anybody in the Philippines. I don't care what their age is. I don't care what their gender is. I want anybody in the Philippines, and I'm going to make it as generic as I can so it appeases to everybody. But the ones who have tremendous success with online marketing, they know that they need to segment their audience. So whatever type of advertising you put together, the best thing that advertising can do is be specific to a specific group of people. And what that will do is it will attract the specific people you're looking for, but at the same time it will repel those that you aren't looking for. And you can begin to build your business from the comfort of home with a laptop, a cell phone, and build your business all over the world. And that is really the beauty of building online, but also building internationally, is that anywhere you can take a laptop with you and a phone with you, which is anywhere in the world, and you can get a signal and you can get some internet, you can actually build your business anywhere in the world.
And you can teach this. This is something that you teach?
Absolutely. The same methods and methodology that applies to building your business online in the United States, it applies to building it anywhere in the world. Only thing is, you want to make sure that whatever country you're building in, you have some type of knowledge on their culture so that you're not saying or doing something. I mean, a gesture could be offensive in another country.
That's true.
You just want to make sure that what you're saying and what you're doing is not offensive. And as long as you're not offending anybody, you should be able to build your business anywhere in the world.
And if you're interested in learning the techniques that Omara Bird can teach you, Omara, please give them your website.
Well, that website is leveragingleads.com. So that's www.leveraging, leveraging, leads, leads.com.
Take a break, meditate, soak in the tub, go on vacation, do whatever works for you. And we will be talking on some of our other shows, First Lady Connie Reeves and Pastor Overseer Clyde Lawrence out of Los Angeles, where we will be talking to the young professionals and to baby boomers about how to relieve your stress by traveling the world. You can have a very comfortable, better lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to try some of our products, some of our healthy products, some of our wellness products, please go to www.connieradiohost.com. That's www.connieradiohost.com, or you can call me at my studio at 505-652-2107. And all we're trying to do is educate you, our listeners, on how to get money, make money, and save money. Thank you so much.